Hello, my name is Aungelecette, and I want to talk to you about Stranded Deep. In this game, the water is cool, the food is plentiful, your neighbors are jerks. However, when you first start in, you won't have a lot of things available for crafting. It will open up rather quickly for you. One of the things that you will want to do early on is make a water still. Until you're able to do so, however, there are a few sources of water in the game. First would be the kawawa fruit and the kira fruit available growing on the different islands. However, they are limited in number. Until you're able to plant them and grow some, they are not replenishable, and you do use them for the liquid gauze later on in the game. It's a consumable that you'll unlock, so it's not a great water source. Another water source would be your rations. You'll find 3 on your life raft when you first spawn in, and you'll find them throughout various shipwrecks. They will give you several pips of water, which is good. However, there are limited amount of them, so we need to find other ways. You have coconuts available to you on all islands. Word of advice with coconuts, however, consuming more than 2 portions of coconut within a 8 to 12 hour period within the game will cause severe diarrhea, which will in fact dehydrate you severely. Instead of drinking the coconut as is, I would recommend making a coconut flask instead. Coconut flask is the only transportation for water that actually starts with 1 pip of water in it. Once you make it by combining a lashing with a coconut, then you can drink the 1 water that's in it, save it for making consumables, as well as refilling in a water still. Water still will become unlocked for you, and when it does, you will need a few items to make it. First, you're going to need 3 stone or rock, a blue tarp, a lashing, 1 palm frond, and a coconut flask. The water still will refill if you put fibrous leaves or the fronds underneath it. It will also refill during rainstorms. The coconut flask is a great early game way to have water. It stacks 4 either in your inventory or in crates. However, once you're able to, I recommend getting a leather water skin. Making a leather water skin is a multi-step process to be able to carry more potable water. Such a weird word. It can carry 3, whereas the coconut can only carry 1. First thing you need to do is make a tanning rack. You'll unlock that. Once you've made the tanning rack, then you're able to make the leather water skin using sticks, leather, and of course the tanning rack. To be able to make the leather, you're going to convert rawhide that you obtain from pigs or from killing and skinning sharks. And sometimes you can find leather on various shipwrecks as you're looting. Once you have 2 and a stick, then you can make your leather water skin. The last thing we're going to look at is the clay flask. The clay flask also stacks 4 within inventory or within crates. It holds 5 pips of water. So once you start into farming, it's going to be critical to be able to maintain your crops. To be able to make a clay flask, the first thing we're going to need is a refined pick. Once you've built the refined pick, then it's time to get in the water. In the shallows around the island, you'll find clay deposits. Busting the clay deposits will give you 6. I have found personally 6 different deposits around a single island. My friend Sandman said 8. So it is possible to get a large amount of clay in a small amount of time. Once you have your clay, then you can make your furnace. You're going to combine the clay, the sticks, and the lashings to make the furnace. Once you have the furnace, then you are able to make the clay flask. The clay flask requires the furnace, clay, and lashing. Let's pretend by magic I had that lashing. Once you have the flask, then you can go to a water still. If you approach a still with nothing in your hand, it allows you to drink. If you do have a vessel, it will say hold to collect. So instead it's filling the vessel instead of giving you the water. If there is a brown, darker brown at the top, that means that there's still room for more water. Again, the coconut flask holds 1. The leather holds 3. and the clay flask holds 5 water. Hope this was helpful. I do enjoy playing this game in my free time. If there's something I missed, please put it in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and check me out sometime on Twitch.